All right, here we go. Welcome back is our 50th live stream of War Robots tonight. That's 5-0, the big 5-0. So we've been doing this for a while now. Anyway, so a lot of things have been going on in War Robots this week. There's another update, and we're now in another black market cycle, but now it's a much longer cycle. It's this one is looks like it's 26 days instead of 14, and there's some key changes there. Instead of giving out the good robots and good weapons whole and random spins, now some of the spins give you parts to create them. So that's a little different. And hey there, 20 Savager Gamer, how you doing? Yeah, so now you have to build up your bots based on stuff that you get from the spins in the black market, and that includes the new robot, the Inquisitor, that's out. The unfortunate thing is, if you follow some of the Facebook groups that are all up in arms, if you do the math on it, to actually get one of those Inquisitors in your hangar today, you would probably have to spend somewhere around $300, and then and hope you got the right spins for it, which is a little ridiculous. And somebody also calculated that in order to get that many components to make your own Inquisitor for free, you'd have to play constantly and win pretty much every match for the next 2.5 years. So that's a little bit... I've always been a defender of Pixonic, because in the past they've done a good job of balancing the game and not making coining be... money spending be too crazy overpowered, or even require that much of a big investment in order to get a benefit out of it. This is a step in that bad direction that a lot of free-to-play games go, and they're not quite there yet when they start forcing this on you, and then making you miserable for not spending the money, making the things that you spent money on obsolete a few months later, and replaced by something else that's even more expensive. But that's the direction that I see a lot of free-to-play games going, and it's a little disturbing because this was one of the better ones. The good thing is, right now, you can still play at the medium or lower end, and even the higher end to some extent, as long as you're not dead end game against coiners, and still have fun there. So it's just a little disturbing that the end game is going there. I'm not so sure that the game is going to be headed in a healthy direction long term, but there's still fun to be had for now, at least, so I'm still playing. A lot of people on Facebook are up in arms, and we'll have to see what happens with that. I know this is an outcry, even really bad, on the first big money move that the company's made. In another game, Vega Conflict, it kind of crept up on people, and they weren't really... the game was pretty far gone by the time people started crying about it. So I'm glad people are complaining about it now rather than let's wait and see, because there's still a chance that the voices may be heard. But we'll see. There's always other games if this one goes south, so I'll hang in there as long as I can still have my fun, and we'll see where it goes. Anyway, let's take a look at my hangar. Bots, but I did splurge and get that second Zeus, so I'm running a Carnage with 2 Zeuses on it now. One of them is up to level 9, one of them is not. Got to work on that. Griffin's all up to level 9 weapons, which is good. And the Leo, I've been working on upgrading the Magnums to get them all up to level 9. So that's getting to be a little bit improved. I'm probably gonna stop working on the Leo once I get that last mag up to level 9, and then the second take care of this Carnage a little, because he's a little lagging behind. It's a low level. I'm still getting used to it. If you hang back and you play the corners real nice, you can do good. It doesn't put out as much damage as I thought it would, but then again, I'm dealing with one Zeus that's not really leveled up. Instead of just squad play, you could do custom games. I actually grabbed one of the guys in the clan and played a 1v1 on them with them just to try it out, and it was actually pretty fun. So maybe we'll try a few one-on-ones or something later. So right now, while we don't have a lot of people in there watching, I'm just going to drop in, play a solo battle or two, warm up, and when we get some people on watching who want to fool around, maybe we'll try a 1v1 or a smaller battle, a 2v2 or something like that. So let's get in here and see what I can do. Again, I'm still keeping my Beacon Runner in there because, again, I'm playing almost exclusively Beacon Rush, so getting those first couple of beacons is always pretty key. And I get to wait a few seconds while everybody else goes, which kind of negates me having a Beacon Runner. I'm still okay using pinatas on this thing. Do good damage. I'm not really, I'm less worried about this thing being able to do damage. Scored a couple of kills with it here and there, but, not really. It's never going to be a damage dealer. It's more grab what you can while you can and get out of dodge. It did come in really handy in the 1v1 that I did, though. You can move around and sting them a little. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. In 1v1, you got a little bit more room to harass your opponent. 1v1 with Beacon Rush is actually pretty cool, because then taking beacons and stuff is an interesting strategic move too. And hey there, KOT, how are you doing? So we were talking about the changes in the changes to the game lately, and especially the money thing that's come up. And personally, I think they're taking a step in the wrong direction. But the game's not done for me yet. But I do see it heading down that bad free-to-play rabbit hole that every game company goes down, that basically ends badly for everybody. Because you end up chasing away your users and pricing them out of the game at the same time. Oh, I'm getting a little tangled up with my teammate there. I gotta get back out of dodge before my shield runs out. I'll get a little bit of shield back and then get back into it. Yeah, so this Zeus Carnage, this is the new thing that I've been fooling around with. Well, new for me at least. Still getting used to it. Bad to get cornered, bad to get too close with it. This is definitely not a Thunder Carnage. Alright, we'll pop around the corner, see what I can do to this guy. We've already got penetration in that area, so should just be supporting fire. And there he goes, spawning behind me. He'll probably take me out, but I can at least weaken him up before he backdoors anybody else. Oh, I think I got him. There we go. Also, hey, one of my clanmates is on my team. I didn't even realize it. I'm in a game with Expino. I didn't even notice that he was online. Oh, too bad. We're missing out on the squad bonus. And hey there, Benjamin. How you doing? It's stuck up here for about 16 more seconds. Hey, Arnie. Yeah, I was actually talking about that before. I actually did one custom match. I did a 1v1 against one of my clan mates. Actually, it turned out to be a lot of fun. A lot more fun than I thought it would be. Yeah, we weren't really an exact match. I think it was the guy I teamed up with for that was he's a little lower level than me, so I think I had a little bit of an unfair advantage over him, especially when I pulled out my lance on him. But it was very fun. It was definitely a lot more fun than I thought a one-on-one would be in this game, because this has always been kind of a team combat game. And honestly, if it was fun enough, if there's enough interest, I would not mind getting some one versus one matches going on this stream too, because I think it'd be a lot of fun to watch. Okay, so first one's a win. Not my best match. Hey there, Expino. Didn't know you were in the game. Not my best match, but I got a win. Didn't do bad on damage. I think it was the again, damage output on the Carnage is not that high yet, so that's a little bit of a cripple, and that's crippling me a little bit right now, or a little bit of a handicap. And well, you know, I've got a Beacon Runner, which isn't dishing out a lot of damage either. Quick look at the boxes at the black market. I'm saving up for 100-point boxes, and I'm almost there, so we should be able to do an opening later tonight before we sign off. So let's take a look at the new squad menu. You got a choice for create squad or create custom game. I'm just going to take a quick look at the squad just so I can see who's online. Yeah, and Expino's not showing. I know Expino's on, but he's not showing. Well, let's see if these guys want to squad up. Oh, there's Expino. And a few guys that I haven't seen in a while. Well, Aversol I see all the time, but Brennan I haven't seen in a while. Give them a few seconds, see if any of them are in or if they're squatting up on their own. Okay, that's one out. Let's see if we get any takers here. Yeah, so if any of you are really interested in how things go with all right, all he's ahead is heading out is done for the night, so he was on his way out anyway. Give these guys a few more seconds. But if anybody's really interested in the dynamics and the arguments for and against the whole way that free to play is with the high cost stuff, and understand why that happens and why it's kind of self-destructive and bad, there's a video series on a channel called Extra Credits. He has a lot to say about that topic, and it's an interesting read if you're into the gaming industry at all. All right. All right, looks like nobody. I don't have any takers, so we'll drop out. We'll just do another solo fight, and let's see what happens. Again, as with every update, they've changed the splash screens. Now we've got a Dashbot on fire as our drop into battle screen. And we get the long ball map. At least on this map I'll get a little bit more use out of my carnage. So yeah, you can probably tell I'm a little... I feel like I'm still a little clumsy with the Zeus Carnage. I've only been running that a couple of days. And anytime I get into Carnage, I think every Carnage I've ever piloted has been Thunders, except when I was fooling around with Tridents for a few days. So I get in that thing and I try to drive it like I've got Thunders strapped to me, which just doesn't work if you've got different weapons. So I've got to get over that honeymoon phase of, or that get used to myself phase, and just learn to play it right. Alright, didn't get in there fast enough. Was trying to drop my lance right on center beacon. So this is going to be a drawn out tough fight. I had a fight earlier in the week that was off camera where I actually got to center beacon first, but like that I got pushed out. And then the red team just all spawned Carnages right in center beacon, and it did not go well. We just couldn't get them out of there. Not for lack of trying. They must have been coordinating, or at least reading each other's minds, because they literally, within seconds, there was 4 Carnages up there on center beacon. Some with Zeus's, some with Thunders, and it was kind of nasty. Alright, that's one down. So this is a map where I've kind of started... this is the map where I kind of started getting the feel for the Thunder Carnage. I'm still not great at it, but the Zeus Carnage, rather. I'm still not great at it. This seems to be the map where it works best for me so far. Just got to figure out how to do that, how to make it work on other maps too. And I'm putting out a good amount of damage here. I'm getting the kills here and there, but I'm picking up the kills once in a while, but not really pushing the objectives. Not that my teammates are really helping a whole lot on that, because I don't see anybody else up here. They're all just hanging out defending the other flank. And I should be meat grinding these guys. So if you can't get them out of center beacon, the only thing you can do is just grind them and hope to bot them out. And as much as I just want to go charging up there, and I know I'm not going to make it. That's one thing I got to learn with this bot, is just to use target lock a little more. Because if you lose lock, you'll other targets. All right, that was another. That was a good spot. That would have been a good time to use target lock. And there I go. I got ganked from the side. Yeah, that last shot I took, I really should have done a target lock because I actually targeting drifted to a bot that was actually undercover. Well, that was a bad time to shoot. So I kind of wasted that shot. I'm not even sure I did anything to that target at all. See if I can knock down this guy. I didn't even notice I was short a weapon there. There we go, got one through. Again, with weapons, find the corners and make it work for you. So we're still not knocking these guys. The problem is when they get that center beacon, they can lock everything up. I don't think I don't have anything fast enough left to do a big end run. So the other way out of this is you send somebody with a runner way out, have them loop out to the right side pretty far and capture that right beacon. And that'll usually dislodge enough of them that you can get someone in the center. But that doesn't look like that's going to happen. We're just going to have to bot them out. I'm going to try it. I don't think I'm going to make it that far. Keep the rest is not keep pressure up on center, so they'll be able to afford to send somebody after me. Not much I can do is try and break line of sight on. So I can't do anything against that Hydra guy. Yeah, when you're basically the only one left actively fighting, you really can't do a flanking maneuver like that. It was worth a shot, but it took too long. Alright, let's take a quick look in chat. Alright, we got somebody who's looking to team up. Alright, so did about the same score up. Let's fight. Saul wants to do a one-on-one. Alright. This ought to be interesting. So sorry to anybody that was waiting to team up, but we're gonna do this. We're gonna have a little duel here. No fair because you can see my screen, and hopefully I don't lag out. There we go. Got reconnected before the game started. And hey there, Antonio. He's got a switch bot out there. Nope. It helped I didn't crash into the building. Self. Let's see, how are we going to fight him now? We want to keep... I want to try and keep outside of 300 meters, but he's never going to let me. Now the question is, where's he going to spawn? Over there, okay. He's got me out in the open, so not much I can do. Did pick up another beacon, but that's not necessarily a great beacon to have. You had cover that time. Ouch! That thing hurt. Alright. Alright, let's throw down. I got plenty of plasma in this hangar, so... Yeah, he's doing the right thing. He's backing off. Backing way off. I don't even want to engage at this range. Antonio, we're doing a one. Saul invited me into a one-on-one, so hang on. We'll get a caught me out of range. Just got. So he's doing exactly what he needs to do, is backwalking. What I need to do is break contact with him, but not going to happen. All right, down to one, and he wins this one. He's got me, and he's got a big lead. It's a little. I think this is a little bit of a mismatch because he's got some dash, but this is like I said, this is still fun. The nice thing, well, the good and bad about it is that it doesn't affect your stats. So, you know. Yeah, this is all I've got left. I can't do a whole lot against shielded bots, but at least he doesn't have much shield left. Oh, he switched bots on me. I can't see what he's running now. Something jumping. Looks like a griffin. DB. Again, I want to stay at my range, but he's not letting me. So I don't really have much room to backpedal here. The only advantage I have is that I have more health than him. Another dash bot. Yeah, if once he gets in 300 meters, I'm kind of done for. Unless I can break contact, and that's never going to happen if I keep getting hung up on things. He's playing with me. He's holding off on firing me. Oh, nice use of the dash. He kept up with my jump there. Not letting me get out of range. He's playing with me. Nice. I know you're going to execute me, Saul. So I can't really do a whole lot to you. All right, so that's one-on-one. It's kind of fun. It's a different kind of strategy. It's still very tactical. You got to assess what your opponent's using. And he way outdid me on damage. You know, I held my own, so. All right, kicked me out of the custom game. All right. Well, thanks for the match, Saul. That was a heck of a lot of fun. The problem with that is you don't get keys, you don't get gold from it, you don't get stats from it. The good thing is your stats don't get hurt from it either. So if you want to play against like a Champion League guy 1-on-1 or 2-on-2 or whatever, go for it. Hey, if you want to do a 2-on-1 against a Champion Team guy, a Champion League guy, do it. It's not going to hurt you. You're not going to get anything out of it, but it's not going to hurt you. So it's just a way to have fun with the game. That part I like about the game. You know, there's other things about the direction they're going in that I don't like. That part, all right, I see why they did it. All right, so I'm going to get a regular squad going because I know one or two guys I think are waiting to hop in. Actually, you know what? Let's see if you're up for a custom game. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Uh-oh. Taking its time. There we go. You got to invite by... Whoops. There we go. You got to invite by ID. Do a random map. I'll do random map, random mode. Oh, I got one more guy in here. All right, I don't think he... Let's see if he's going to take it. And hello there, Alex. How you doing? All right, I don't think he's... All right, I don't think he's responded to that. Let me find... Come on. Oops. I wanted to do a... This. There we go. Still figuring out the interface a little bit. Not sure if he's watching or not. All right. Here we go. One-on-one. Okay. And one thing you don't find out, yeah, both teams have to hit hit fight or battle or whatever the button says in order for it to go through. And we've got a random map here on the power plant. Okay. So for those of you that just joined, we're doing a couple of one-on-one matches here within friends and family, just to see what happens and to try it out. Like I explained earlier, I grabbed one of my clanmates and tried one out yesterday, and turned out to be a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. So do a couple of these, and we'll get back into having a few regular battles. As I want to pick up those last couple of points, I need to get a box open for tonight. Just going to pick up a beacon or two. So this is where you get to show off your bug piloting skills. I haven't done this in... Let's see. What am I going to pick now? I'm not trying not to think too much about what I pick. But I do like leading off with the little guy. Okay, I don't want to take too long to make contact with him. So the longer he stays out of view, the more he's going to eat through my shields. I haven't even gotten a shot off yet. That was not a good match. That really isn't a good bot for a one-on-one, I think. This bot, however, is good at pretty much everything. That's probably why everybody uses them. Well, Griffins may be getting... maybe losing out to the Inquisitors now. The only thing that's going to keep the Griffin alive is that nobody can get an Inquisitor unless they spend a ridiculous amount of money. Oh, he's doing a number on me with this aphid patent. The problem with this map is that he chose a really good bot for this, a really good set of weapons to use for this map. There's a lot of cover, but it's all low cover. So really, like, this building is about the only thing that I can hide behind. And he just has to... Yeah. That was a quicker reload than I thought. The only other place I can hide is if I line up against the... I took out my Thunder. And the problem I'm having here is direct fire against indirect fire. Yeah, I shouldn't be charging him, but I don't really have enough speed to... Yeah, I don't really... Yeah, there's nowhere to get away from aphids on this map. Basically, I'm just tanking him out here. And I got caught up a little bit, so. And I gotta admit, well played. He's basically beat up everything that I had except for my biggest tank. Yeah, and going toe to toe with a DB Griffin is never a good idea. Now, a more open map, or a map with a taller cover, that match would be a very different story. But that was well played. That was well played. Good game of keep away there. All right, let's give someone else a chance. I think LMNTRIX wants to get in. Whoops. Sorry about that. Almost. How do I kick you out of a custom game? Let me start it up again. I'm not sure how to kick and replace somebody. I'm gonna grab somebody else this time. Does take a second to go. I'm gonna leave it on random just so that just so that nobody. I guess you're still online. All right, so we're going to set everything on random, go fight, and see what happens. Battle, random mode. Let's see, does it say if we're in Beacon Rush or regular? I'll just habitually keep picking the same starting bot. Not so people. All right, I see a rhino. It's not as bad a mismatch as it seems. He just has to get like one good shot on me, and my job is to not let him get that. And just keep corner shooting him until he dies, if I can. Oh, he sucker punched me. Coming in again, great. He's winning on beacons, I'll give him that. I'm going to try something. I get stuck in this rut where I pick the same order. Antonio, that was the right choice of bots to use for that map in that last game, without a doubt. Because there really was not much that I could do against you in a 1 versus 1. At least not with what I had to work with. Dashbot would be a different story, but I don't have any of those, so. And I should not be. Yeah, that was a bad jump. Yeah, I really shouldn't have jumped straight at you. Not with that bot. Or not against a Thunder. Oops. Misfire. Yeah, my weapon just misfired there. It had nothing to do with me pressing the wrong button. Okay, where's he gonna spawn? Alright, where did you spawn? That's where you spawned. Okay. So my job against Thunder Carnage is to open up the range as much as I can. Ideally, I want to be at least 500 meters out. I don't think he's going to let me do that, so the further away the better. He's kind of got me because I'm in a bad spot. Gotta get my shields back up. And give my sprint chime to recharge, because I do not want him this close to me. Bring out my Carnage Killer. Yeah, I'm just kind of firing my magnums for looks, but the Thunder is wearing at him a little bit. That's a tough nut to crack. My only advantage here is that his shields don't help him a whole lot. And he kind of outguns me at this range. My other advantage is reload time. I think he's taking advantage of his reloads. Alright, one bot left. Right, evenly matched in range. He's got firepower. I've got protection. And he's also half damaged. And I think you're going to get the win there. Yep. I think you won it on beacons. Definitely on beacons. And about it. He got more kills. I got more damage. So not a bad match at all. Alright, let's... Oops. I wanted to take a look at chat. Oops. I was trying to take a look at chat and I accidentally canceled the game. Alright, so let's see what's in chat. Okay, let's get a regular squad game going now. So one-on-one action is cool. Small teams would be cool, even if we did uneven teams that give one team a big advantage. Like, let them pick the map and pick the bots first. Nobody's on now. Gee. Alright, let's see. I don't think my... Okay. Why are you showing me I've got chat messages if there are no chat messages? Okay. There was a chat message. Let's see if... Let's see if any of you guys are still on. I want to just play a regular squad match. Oh, my typing's so bad on this tablet. Okay, let's see if anybody else is on. If you want in, Saul, go right ahead and grab it. I'm not sure if Antonio's still on or not, but we'll see. Looking down at the stream chat, Antonio said, "Oh, he's close to getting his 2 Zeuses." Yeah, 2 Zeuses is fun. It's not quite as easy to use as I thought it was, but yeah, I may actually move those over to a Raijin at some point. But not now. I think starting a Raijin from level 1 would be a bit much to deal with right now, considering I want to get all my bots up to good weapon levels. All right, let's drop in with what we got. And fight away. Okay, we got the Valley. Personally, I think the map that I like doing 1v1 most on so far is actually Dead City. I think it's got the right combination of terrain that you don't give any one type too big of an advantage. Like we saw in the power plant. Hey, it sucks to be sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail. It sucks to be the nail, but I gotta say it was well played. It was the right choice. Definitely the right choice for the map and the situation. I was just I was just happy that I got to kill the thing eventually. Oh. Yeah, I gotta level up that Carnage a little bit. It dies a little bit too quickly. Alright, let's see what we got here. And to Antonio's comment, yeah, I definitely need. It definitely there's. I definitely feel a big difference between that Zeus and my level 9 Zeus, just in terms of how much damage it can, how much punishment it can take. So yeah, that Zeus needs to be upped, and I think. Yeah, I've got one Zeus that's in pretty good shape, but the other Zeus is under leveled, so I'm definitely undergunned. Still gonna keep using the thing just because I need to get the feel for it, which I don't quite have yet. So it's kind of an evolution for me. I kind of need to take my lumps with a bot to get used to using it correctly too. And sometimes even ones I've been using for a while, I get in these slumps where I just do terribly with them. So the only way I've found to get out of that is just to use the bot for everything, even when it's the wrong situation. The more I use it, the more I get the feel for it, how it works. When it doesn't work, so I think you guys have seen me do that too. At one point when I had a new bot that I just felt like I wasn't used to yet, I'd just use it as my lead-off bot, whether it was the right choice or not, for a while. Oh wow, he's getting shots through that. Ah, okay, there's an opening in that cover. Never really noticed that before. Have to remember that when I play my iOS account that uses a lot of machine guns, that piece of cover is almost transparent to machine guns. So wow, I got botted out already. Alright, let's follow the action. Where's our guys? There we go. Now, this reminds me, I gotta do something with my old Fujin. So right now, what do I got on it? I got, right now it's got 2 Orkans and a Hydra. The Hydra was just kind of a joke because I didn't have a third Orkan. But against, I was able to kind of trick less experienced players into charging at me by just pinging away at them with the Hydra and not using my Orkans until I was right on top of them. Because then they'd think I was just a crappy camper. And come at me, and then suddenly I'd wipe them off the map. But that usually only works once, and that doesn't work against people who are really paying attention to what they're doing. Let's get in the action. Now he uses the same, well, he uses a similar Griffin build that I used to use. Why do I lock the Stalker? The Stalker, the only reason I have that in there, it's my fastest beacon runner. But you did see some of those one-on-one. It's kind of fun to keep for one-on-ones too, because I get to dance around a bit. And honestly, it can be really dangerous in a one-on-one if you use it right. So I lost a lot of points on that. That's okay. Doing this for fun more than for gold. Let's see. All right, we go. Antonio wants back in. Hey, it's Boy. Haven't seen you in a while, brother. Oh, I've seen you in game a few times, but I haven't. I know haven't been crossing paths on the stream lately. So you missed some one-on-one action earlier. We're finding that custom game mode is kind of fun to play around with. But we're back to doing a few squad battles now. So giving these guys a minute or two to see if they're in. Who's asking for an invite? Yep. I may have to resend these invites. Give me 1 second. I'm going to resend these invites because I think they got lost in the bit bucket. There we go. All right, that's one. Let me see if I can resend yours one more time. There we go. Yeah, I still think this squad interface is a little bit buggy. It doesn't seem to show people... it doesn't seem to be quite reliable showing people online or offline. And I'm pretty certain, especially based on what we just saw, that that sometimes the invites just don't go through. So I think I have a leveled up Cossack somewhere in my inventory that's good as a beacon runner too. I haven't been using my Rhino much. Even though a lot of people are running... Yeah, absolutely, you can join in the next round. Rhino seems to be the new popular beacon runner. Zeus Ansel Fury. I haven't seen one of those out in a while. I think that used to be a much more popular combination. Alright, let me fade back and find a different spot. Ouch, that one hurt. Swing and a miss. Okay, we'll come up the middle in Leo. Usually the riverbed's suicide, but from this side, that bridge offers a little bit of cover. If I stay, especially if I stay close to one bank or the other. Come up the middle, you're in trouble. I'm getting crossfired from the other side. Alright. The thing I like about that Leo config, though I say it every now and then, is that I can just hold down the fire button and go. Switching targets, no problem. As long as I'm in range of doing something, I don't have to worry about the mags running out of ammo. The thunder slows down, but hey, I'm mostly using it. I'm using that more to help strip shields. And as extra credit damage, then oh, come on, jeez. I got pinated. Well, these guys are charging my our farm beacon here. Gotta say, especially once I got the weapons leveled up, it did not take very long to get used to using an Ancelot. Oh, that guy's not on my happy list. Alright. Thank you for lagging. Ugh. Alright, let's see who's left in this battle. No, I don't want to follow the red team. There we go. Let's see, and these guys are turtling. Remarkably, the red team is not capturing beacons, because they are actually risking losing this match if they don't. And here we go. Now they're taking the beacons. Yeah, I'm not sure why the red team's beacon bar is staying that high. Oh, there we go. Now they're going to take the lead at the last second. I think they just botted us out with 30 seconds left. Yep, looks that way. Alright, and let's see the results. Okay, not a stellar outing from a score perspective. And alright, Boy is going to be joining in with us. Here we go. And we'll do a couple more of these. And hopefully by the end of it I'll have enough keys to open a 100-point box and see how many years it'll take me to get enough parts for an Inquisitor. And that's kind of where the objectionable part comes in. Let's go in and start this battle. Okay, yeah, it's literally a $300 piece of content that you can buy today, right now, and have. But the free-to-play players basically have to grind for the rest of their lives to get one. That's where you're starting to break the free-to-play model. And honestly, you shouldn't be asking $300 for a piece of video game content. You know, I could buy a PlayStation and probably a pretty good game for that much. Speaking of PlayStation games, my son did good at his doctor's appointment and his dentist appointment this week, so he was rewarded with a copy of Minecraft Story Mode Season 2 that he's been bugging me about for months. For the PlayStation, so we might get a walkthrough of the first episode of that on my channel at some point. I actually wasn't really planning on buying it. It was more of an impulse purchase. But actually, that season pass for Minecraft Story Mode comes in at about $30 retail. So it's really not a short game. But if you have kids that are really into Minecraft, they're gonna go crazy for it. So something that makes my kids that happy for $30, I'm okay with. I could almost spend that much on them just to take them out for ice cream. Yeah, when it comes to free to play, I just can't justify, it's basically spending a car payment for a bot. I mean, it's a bot. I can play games with it. I can't, drive to work with it. Or get my kids back and forth to soccer practice with it. Plus side, I don't have to get insurance on a bot, but at $300 to buy one, yeah, maybe I do need maybe I do need to take out an insurance policy on it. Anti-nerf insurance or something like that. Hey there, Frank. How you doing? Oh, walked into that one. All right, let's fly a griffin here. So, like, a word to the wise: when you see games asking for money, just make sure if you really want to spend the money. I'm not going to begrudge you that, but just make sure you're thinking before you make a big purchase like that. Is it really worth what they're asking for? In some cases, it is. In some cases, you really have to think hard about it. So the protests I've been seeing for War Robots is especially from players from other countries outside the U.S., where their local equivalent of $300 in some cases is more than people make in a week. Or somebody quoted that in some parts of India that's like a semester of college. Yeah, in the U.S. that doesn't even get you $300 doesn't even get you the textbooks for a semester of college, but still, you got to ask yourself, are you getting the value out of it? And if you're not getting the value out of it, you probably want to just do without it. And luckily, this game is still fun if you do without it, unless you're really getting beat on by unfair matchups. But I do have to say, though, that I don't like seeing the game go in that direction, because I've seen it happen so many times before. It just goes in a bad direction, and and you lose your player base. People don't want to deal with it. It basically becomes a playground for the people with more money than sense. If you're a free-to-play player, you're basically just there to... I've seen games where the game model is annoy the players so much that they would rather spend money than put up with the frustration of playing for free. And honestly, I don't think that's... That you're not focusing on making a good game then. You're focusing on convincing people to give you money. Rather than providing them a service that they want to spend money, that they want to pay you for. The way I see it, especially with online games and persistent multiplayer games, it's you're less a game developer than you are a service provider. So it's really all about customer. Everything in the gaming industry, in mobile, especially in mobile gaming, is customer service, customer service, customer service. Are you giving the customer a good experience for their money? The way I see it. And when you go too far down the free-to-play rabbit hole, it's just not good service. It's more about convincing the player convincing the player to give money for something that's not really providing them anything. And again, I mentioned it earlier in the stream. If you want to see somebody who's got really good arguments about that topic and want to get into debates about it, there's a channel called Extra Credits. He does a lot of... he talks a lot about the gaming industry, multiplayer online games, and things like that. He's got some inside insight from within the industry. And kind of really has a touch on kind of what goes on behind the scenes, the good and the bad. But his thing on why free to play is a broken business model is actually a really good video, and I kind of especially on the Vega Conflict forums, that's a game that's gone way too far over the edge. I'd like to post links to that video often when I'm annoyed with the devs and their customer service people and want to sting them. I post that video. You guys really don't. There really isn't a centralized War Robots forum, so you guys haven't seen me when I start trolling people like that. All right, so let's get Frank in this battle. Where are you? There you are. So I hope I haven't bored you guys too much with me ranting about the gaming industry. Okay, Elementa is going to change bots. So those of you that missed it earlier, we did a couple of 1 versus 1 custom battles, which actually is a lot of fun. Though we did find there's a couple of ways you can get interesting mismatches. You got to see Saul play with his food, and by his food I mean me. He left my last bot alive for a little bit longer, and he was just fooling around with me and baiting me until he decided to execute me. Which I kind of had a feeling he was going to do. But it was still a fun match. We saw a mismatch. Antonio showed you just how powerful a aphid pattern can be on a map with low buildings for cover. and basically shut me down with that thing. And we had a couple of good matches, good even matches too. So, lot of, I think there's a lot of potential in that game mode. Give me a second. I'm gonna see if I can re-invite LMN. Hey, Agent 42 is on. We'll send him an invite too. Okay, bear with me a few seconds. Let me give these guys another few seconds to get in. Let's check out the... Yep, one more minute, Frank. All right, man. I'm gonna drop in. We'll pick you up next time, next battle. Gonna keep things moving here. Okay, and we pull the canyon. Get in. Yep. Crashed into Frank there. I thought for sure I was at least going to get the kill on that Leo. Alright, and this is a good map for long balling. Even though I don't have a lot of cover. One more should do it. This Leo is a brick. I'm not doing a whole lot of damage to him. Yep. Yep, this is a good range for me on this guy, so I'm going to stay right about here. Yeah, if he's got plasma and I'm at 400 with this bot, I'm staying at 400. Because he can't do anything to me and I can just pick him apart. Alright, I'm hitting up a lot of these healthy guys and just chipping them up. Ah. Yeah, my lock-on is taking a little bit longer than I'd like it to in some cases. Oh, caught me. Alright, gotta start moving on some of these beacons. Especially once these guys thin out a little bit more. Oh, we're cornering us. Alright, had a good little rampage with the Leo at the end. Spent a lot of time sniping. Hey there, Connor. How you doing? Alright, racked up a good amount of damage, but it was still a loss. 4 and 2 is at least trying there. Alright. And that is LM. Yep, we'll get you in this round. Where did you go? Hello? Come on, scroll. Alright guys, give you about a minute or so. See if we get in. Hey, Plasma just came online. Alright. I don't know if Agent 42 is going to join us, but I'm pretty sure Plasma will want in. There we go. Alright, we got 4. That's good enough for me. Let's do this. Alright, one more battle up here in the canyon. Low. Alright, back in with a Griff. And target lock always picks the targets that I can't hit. Clear that out. Oh, overextended by jump. I'm in trouble and I can't get out. Alright, we got some close action here. Looks like we got a friend in need. Alright, got out of that with about half my bot left. And all my weapons, so... too exposed here. Really should have went more to the left, stayed by that arch. Alright, well, now that we got a little bit of breathing room, come on, stay on the button. You guys couldn't see that. I just completely slipped my finger off the button, off the stick on the left. You would have had to actually see my hand to tell how I screwed that up. Alright, another loss. Alright, we gotta get it together and get a good win in. Put out a good amount of damage, though. Everybody put out a decent amount of damage. Now we're against 2 squads that time. Alright, let's take a quick look at... Oh, LMN dropped out by accident. Get you back in there. And let's see if these guys are up. I'll give them an opportunity to hop in. At first, let's let LMN in. If they're able to join, they're able to join. All right, let me resend that one. There we go. All right. If I just check the chat one more time. Tell me to invite again. Yeah, I figured out that something went wrong with the invite that time. All right, here we go. We got 4, so let's do this. This has been one of the longer streams we've done recently, so we'll see. We'll see after this one if I feel like doing another battle. Would like to end with a win at least, but may not be happening tonight. Yeah, I don't know if they changed something in the matchmaking, but it seems like it's not. It seems different. I can't really pin on what. But then again, the dynamics may have changed because I know there are some people up in arms about the pay to win thing, and haven't been playing as much. So I'm wondering if it's just a different mix of people in the general population today, or a slightly different mix. As much as there's a couple of groups of people on Facebook protesting, they're not a huge percentage of the population overall. So I don't know if a lot of people are doing it or not. I say, what the hell? Play the game, even if you don't like what they're doing. Just don't pay. Just don't pay for it if you don't like it, because ultimately that's the way you vote, is with your wallet. If you're really enjoying the game, when every now and then when you get some extra money to spend on it, drop a few dollars on it. I don't know, what the heck, you've gotten your value out of it. You may as well show your appreciation a little. But if you don't like what they're doing with the game, then yeah, don't spend money, because you'll just encourage them. And that's where the players are sometimes at fault for bad free-to-play decisions. Because people who are willing to spend crazy amounts of money for content that's not worth it kind of perpetuate the thing. I know I've been ranting a lot about it, but it's we're all gamers. We play games a lot. We interact with game companies a lot, so it's something I'm sure we're all thinking about at some point. All right, the whole or half of the red team at least is in that little alleyway. I'm going to start back down here. And I guess we're just going to have to root them out. As while I wasn't paying attention, we lost some beacons there. Now we're behind. Now, one of the changes that happened in the last update, they actually reduced the damage of the Thunder a little bit. By about 5%. I'm wondering if they did that because of the Raigen's 30% bonus was just way too much. I would think that a smarter move would have been just to dial back the Raigen's bonus a little bit, but that's not how it goes. And then again, maybe that's not the reason that that they took away some of the Thunder damage. Well, there was some odd adjustments. I think they upped damage for some of the long-range weapons again. Yeah, I'm a little too close to be dancing with this Leo like this. Now I can do it. He's taking a little more down. Wow, he's a tough one. Got a lot of armor on that thing. Oh, backdoored. Yeah, this is kind of a hard map to use the Zeus on, unless you stick to the one or two sniper spots. And that's kind of boring, kind of defeats the purpose of using a Carnage then. The Carnage is about mobility and using the shield to buy you time while you run for cover. So overall, though, I actually do like this map quite a bit because it's got a nice mix. It's a map where one type of weapon can't completely dominate it. Yeah, you do have these alleys and these couple of spots where sniper weapons are going to rule, but you can still move around the map if you're careful about it, even when somebody's up there on Overwatch. They can make it difficult to move around, but they can't completely shut you down. And likewise, you got cover at different heights, so you can still use those indirect fire weapons like your spirals and your aphids and those hydras. But you have a variety of cover, so you've got some of those high walls that you can hide from them too. So I kind of think it's balanced. It looks like a short range map, but you got those couple of nice long alleys that you can fire down with long range weapons. So I didn't place that highly, but overall the team did pretty well. We came out with the W. Oh, I did good on beacons, so I got my my bonus gold, which helps. All right, that was a good match. I'm up for one more, so let's take a quick look. And we'll go right back in. We'll call this one the last one for the night. We've been on almost 2 hours. I usually don't quite stay this long, but we will. And I do want to spend a little time tonight for my late night PlayStation 4 session. As one night out of the week, I can stay up most of the night just fooling around. Oh, sorry, Saul. Already started. Didn't see your message in time. So there, I've just fulfilled my purpose in life, grab the center beacon, and get out of Dodge. And now just at least cause trouble on my way out. And now we'll mix it up a little bit. I usually try to save my lance for last. It kind of felt like a strong beacon defense was called for here. Alright, not the greatest idea in the world, but it is what it is. I really wanted to catch that other guy who was more wounded. That's a heavy fire zone up ahead. Can't even really tell what I'm shooting at, but scoring damage. I lost my thunder, didn't even notice it. Oh, let me X that guy off the battlefield at least. Alright, I think I can make this work in this situation. But I do have to try and hang back a little bit. Yeah, I can't do much alone. Need support on this, but I think the guys are moving that way. Yep, got some support. Don't want to overextend and get too close. Want to stay out of plasma range. Ah, bad timing. Raijin. Alright, we've been penned up here a little bit too long. Ah! Not the short-range fight. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go... I'm never going to get through the shields by myself. And I'm too close. I may not survive this. Nope. Boy, running with the Plasma Rogatka. Surprisingly, a lot of firepower for a fast bot. That's really the ideal beacon runner. I think it's not there are faster bots, but it's got the firepower to back it up. Well, just in time to see him backdooring somebody. Reload those Orkans. Oh, this is interesting. Shield to shield. Yeah. Actually, yeah, you do have the advantage in that situation. Because you're getting around his shield. And you've got more short-range firepower than he does, actually. Or more damage potential. Alright, no kills for me, but a lot of damage. Last battle of the night's a loss. LMN, 9 kills, 500,000. So this is a bloody, brutal match. And I appreciated it. It was fun. It was fun even though we lost. So let's... I'm going to drop out of the squad. We'll check to see how I'm doing on boxes. I said I kind of wanted to try and do 100-point boxes only for this black market, so I got 110. So let's go for it and see what happens. And there's those pieces, components rather than entire bots. So let's see what I get. I don't even get components. I get 30. I get 30 keys. Well, just for the fun of it, I've got a total of 40 keys. Let's open them. And see what happens. I got 15 on that spin. Not bad. I at least get to keep a spin. That's better than getting 1. Let's see if I get any components whatsoever. I get 8 gold, which is okay. I still got a few spins left. 8 gold. I can't get upset about 8 gold because I've got 8 gold. Oh, an Ansai would have been another Nashorn. I've got so many of those. I really should just trade them in for the silver. But then again, I've got tons of silver right now. I don't really need it. All right, Rogatka would be real. I got 70 Scourge components. So I'm not sure how many I need to make a Scourge, but I'm sure it's a lot more than 70. So I've got, what, like maybe 1/10 of a Scourge now. And we got 50,000 silver. All right, and we've got 5 keys left. Can't do much with that. At least not right now. So, whoops. I wanted to do a rewards roundup. So we opened 100. I had opened 110 point keys worth of boxes, 100-point box and a couple of 10-point boxes. And we got 45 keys in return. We got 50,000 silver, a Nashorn 8 gold, and a fraction of a Scourge. So it's less disappointing than the way the black market was a few weeks ago, because at least I didn't feel like I completely lost all my keys. I just want to see real quick. I think I have to go into the store to see how many I've got. So this Scourge, I've got 70 out of 10,000. So that's, see, 1%. I don't even have 1% of a Scourge. That's less than 1% of a Scourge. So I need to do that about 110 more times to actually have a Scourge. That seems a bit excessive, but it is what it is, and I don't think anything I can do to can change that. That seems a bit excessive for a medium weapon that's, arguably not a whole lot better than a Terran. I haven't used them. They may actually be very good weapons. I haven't. I've had them shot at me several times on the field. I don't think they seem that overpowered, but hey, whatever. Yeah, and if you want to go, if you want to go back and listen to the parts of the stream from before you hopped on, I was ranting a little bit about the update. So if you want to go back and listen to me talk about what I think's right and wrong about it, and there's not much that's right about it. They're just kind of going down a bad road and pay to win. I'm not at the point where I'm even thinking of quitting the game yet, because we can still have fun at our own level. But I am curious to see if they keep going down this slope, and how far, how fast. $300 to get enough stuff to put together an Inquisitor is kind of ridiculous as a first step down that path. But it is what it is. I've seen other games with purchases that shocking. But they pressure you, and they apply pressure in other areas too, but they just make the game not fun unless you pay. We're not quite there yet, but I can kind of see that starting to happen, and it's a warning sign for me. We'll leave it at that. Yep, you have to collect 10,000 puzzles to make a weapon, a medium weapon. So you saw I've got 70 components for a Scourge on that spin. That's less than 1% of a Scourge. So I like I said, I'd have to do that around 110 times to get that. Anyway, that's what I think. So the verdict is the new black market bad, the cost for the new bots and new equipment bad. Yeah, I'm too lazy to wait until I get 100 more Scourge spins. So where was I? New black market bad. Everything having to do with components bad. Matchmaking still needs help. Pay to win bad. Custom game mode, actually pretty good. I gotta say that's good. And Connor's sighing relief for the weekend. Yeah, I was doing that about 5 o'clock when I got done with work. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait for this week to be over, to be honest. So anyway, that's my rant for the night. I'm gonna take a short break, and even though it's late, I'm going to play a little bit of Horizon Zero Dawn after this on the PlayStation 4. So if you want to join in and watch me hunt machines on the PlayStation, hunt machines with a bow and arrow, no less, on the PlayStation, you're more than welcome to hop in. If it's too late for you and you want to get some sleep, hey, more power to you. I should probably be sleeping too, but I got to get my gaming time in because I'm an addict like the rest of us. So thanks for coming. Thanks for playing. Hey, thanks for still playing with me, even though with there's some things not to like about this update and the direction the game's going in. Ultimately, I play games like this for the people that I play with more than for the games themselves. So thanks for being a great bunch to play with. And, we've still got there's still plenty we can do in this game as a group and still have fun with before it gets really bad. And, we'll see how it goes and take it as it comes. Thanks a lot for joining in. I'll see you next time. Have a great night.